Hello guys, today we're going to be trying out CYBERPUNK's new patch with a GTX 750 Ti. I just wanted to go back and try it out with an older GPU that struggles to run the game at a native resolution. So I'm going to try out 1080p with FSR versus running it at 720p native and see which one looks better, which one runs better. I'm running the game at 1080p with field of view turned to the lowest, and everything is also turned off and set to the lowest possible setting that it can be at. No FSR yet. Alright, jumping into it. We are holding 20 FPS, driving around. We are running 1080p without FSR, set to the lowest setting. Oof, this is rough. This one is rough. There's a choppiness to it, where the animations look fine, but the game feels really choppy. Even driving in a straight line when I'm not inputting anything, it just feels really rough. Okay, now that we can see how it runs natively, let's go ahead and try it again with FSR, but it doesn't look too bad. Let's go drive around. Okay. The towers in the distance are very blurry. The cars that are driving towards me, they also look very blurry. But this does feel a lot more playable than it did before. Okay, right there. This area is always the worst with blur. Let me just drive back around, and I'll just sit there so you can see just the amount of, I don't know. Okay. Like right here. The windows are flickering a lot. Trees are flickering to our right. But again, it's not a big deal if you can actually have a playable experience. If you can hold, okay, that was 26 FPS. But 26 FPS wasn't too different than just 30 FPS, so not too big of a deal. This is still playable. It doesn't look the best, but hey, if you want to play CYBERPUNK, this is fine. Inside, we can't hold a steady 30, we were just having dips. If I look to the left, this part is very intensive usually. You lose a couple of frames. Yeah, 27 FPS when I look this way, and 30 when I look this way. There's a slight input lag, but as long as we don't fall too far into the 20s, this isn't going to be too bad. 25 is pretty rough. Oh, 25 is pushing it. 21. Oh, so yeah, when you shoot up close and all the particles are flying all around the screen, that's when you see a big dip. Okay, now that we got a good range, let's go ahead and try out 720p native. It looks very similar to 1080p with FSR, so, or even worse. Let's drive around. We're getting 33 FPS. I'm just looking forward to see if we can hold above 25, because that's where we had our dips. Especially here, we had a dip to like 25 for a second here, but it looks like we are holding 30 for the most part. Okay, the quality is worse than 1080p with FSR, that's for sure. I can definitely tell that this is worse. This looks like, Okay. We had a dip to 27 when I looked this way, so let's take a look at that. Yep, still getting the same dips to 27. Aiming feels a little weird. It feels worse than 1080p for whatever reason. Okay. Okay, all I'm looking for is to see if we get that dip to 21. Or the low 20s when I shoot at the enemies. Yep, we still get the same FPS to 21. The game looks a lot worse, I would say, than FSR. FSR is doing a great job. I want to actually test out if we can ever see 60 with this card ever. So I'm gonna go to Ultra Performance. It's gonna look awful, but look, we can hold 60. We can actually hit 60 with this card. Wow, I'm actually... Okay, no, we can't hold 60. We dropped to 48 straight away. This is so bad. Let me go ahead and bring it back up to something more realistic, like Ultra Quality. I mean, quality is pretty much the same as Ultra Quality, so I'm gonna keep it to quality, just get an extra FPS boost. Okay, 41. I mean, this is definitely super blurry. Yeah, I mean, FSR is just not very viable at 720p, unfortunately. And the frame rate is, I mean, we can't even hold 40. We're dipping into the mid 30s, so we're getting like a 6 FPS boost, which I don't think it's worth it at all. I would just rather run the game at 1080p, 1080p with FSR than 720p without FSR. It's just not worth it at all. 25 FPS. We gained a 7 FPS boost. So I mean, this is a good start. 7 FPS boost. I mean, it's not playable playing at 24 FPS the whole time. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on FSR. So just gonna set the quality. Now this looks good. This is already a good start. This might be the setting to run if you wanna have a steady 30 FPS experience. If you get dips to like the high 20s, like 28, 29, that's still fine because you're not gonna actually feel it while playing. It's so close to 30. But this was the hard bit for 1080p FSR. We're now holding above 30. Meanwhile, at 1080p with FSR, we were getting 27, 28. So we are holding a steady 30. I mean, there's still slight blurring, especially in the distance. It's very noticeable, but it's not that bad. Okay, looking this way, this was 27 with 1080p and 720p. Now we're holding above 30, so this is a good start. Okay. Going up. 35, not bad for a nade. Then walk up close and shoot. Man, let's look at really bad dips to the 20s. 24. I guess there's nothing you can do about that. So when you go up close and you shoot, you don't get that huge dip into the 20s, the mid 20s, and the low 20s. So let's see if that's fixed now, or we still have that issue. When you go up close and shoot. Okay, we do get dips, but it's just 27, 25. That's a lot better than 21. 21 is, you're gonna feel that. 27, that's fine. That's playable. And the quality isn't too bad. I think I'll end the video here, guys. I hope you found it useful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like and a subscription would be highly appreciated. See you next time.